Hello there. You are watching View from the Floor. I'm Erin Real of Asset TV, and joining me today we have Jordan Ricciardi. You are a senior wealth strategist at Katz Wealth Management. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
We're going to dive right in. There's a lot going on both domestically and globally. Can you talk to me about how this sets up the markets for this perfect Goldilocks situation that we're currently in?
Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. We are in this Goldilocks situation for the market. We think the market will have a really strong second half of the year for a number of reasons. One of them, we see earnings continue to beat from corporations quarter after quarter. We're seeing oil trading around its 4-month low, although I will caveat that with the fact that things are changing geopolitically on the daily. We're seeing a labor market that continues to remain resilient, which is interesting because we all have been told that AI is going to eat the world and take over all of our jobs. We're not seeing that. And then lastly, we're seeing Kevin Warsh, a new Fed chair who's less focused on forward guidance and more focused on forward productivity, which we think is really good for the market. So the question now is this priced into the market? And to some extent it is, right? We're seeing semis and large cap tech trading at all-time highs, and we're seeing investors take the chips off the table. But what's interesting is they're taking the chips off the table and they're not sitting on the sideline in cash. They're focused on other areas of the market, small cap, mid cap, financials, healthcare. So this rotation that we're seeing is actually a sign of economic strength and investor confidence, especially when we're seeing things like financials really start to take off.
Can you expand on that? What comes next for financials?
Yeah. So we really like financials for a number of reasons. One of them, financials and the banks continue to beat on corporate earnings, but most importantly, the higher for longer environment that we're in is actually good for banks' net interest margins. Not to mention we're seeing M&A activity, investment banking activity continue to boom. And the sector is actually trading at a discount. It's trading at about a 25% discount to the broader market. So we see it as a good investment opportunities for investors looking to rebalance their portfolio.
And can you talk to me a little bit about commodities and how those are positioned in portfolios today, or how they should be positioned?
Yes, commodities is definitely the hot topic for a number of reasons, right? We know that gold, silver, they're all going to be used in this AI productivity of the markets. We also know that things like agriculture stock is going to be impacted by El Nino or different environmental situations we're dealing with. And then oil. Oil is so important. We're seeing this in the geopolitical, conflict we've seen this year. It's a good idea to have commodities in your portfolio more so than ever before. And the reason I say that, and I really want to hone in on this, is historically, stocks and bonds tend to move in opposite directions. But since 2020, stocks and bonds have been moving in a positive correlation. So this means for our clients and investors, our portfolios need to have other areas of diversification. I think commodities is the perfect way to do that.
It's interesting stuff given how much is going on in the world right now and how difficult it is to, predict to this afternoon, let alone tomorrow. So it's interesting to hear your position and where Katz stands. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think the way that things are moving geopolitically with AI, it's not so much year or quarter over quarter. As you mentioned, it's day over day, it's hour over hour. Things are changing quickly. And so when we advise clients, it's all about diversification. You cannot chase that trend because the trend will change by tomorrow.
Well put. Jordan, thank you so much. I am joined today by Jordan Ricciardi from Katz Wealth Management. She's a senior wealth advisor at Katz. I'm Erin Real, and this is Asset TV.